maybe let's do this again. All right, so it is time. This is Infinite Investment Game. I'll talk about alternative investments and collectibles. And this is not particular investment advice, but if you listen to this, you'll be a smarter collector and probably investor in collectibles. And particularly, I'm talking about sports cards. And I'm going to be talking about WWE. People don't talk about this enough. I don't see, there's a few channels that only talk about wrestling, I guess. But I want to have a unique video specifically on a particular guy. And you know what? I'm going to let him introduce himself. I'm not going to introduce him. And 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beast is back! Triple H and Stephanie McMahon have offered Brock Lesnar for the first time ever an open contract for WrestleMania. And now Brock Lesnar wants to make history again. Brock Lesnar lives by the motto, eat, sleep, victimize, repeat, and die! There's only one Beast incarnate! There's only one conqueror of the street! And there's only one Brock Lesnar. In 2002, they took a rookie and they put him in the ring with The Rock because they thought The Rock would make headlines, beating a former NCAA Division I heavyweight champion. And that rookie sent Dwayne Johnson off to Hollywood. My client is the Beast, a conqueror. And this Sunday, Brock Lesnar conquers the main event of WrestleMania.
And we are back. I am hyped. I am so pumped up. All right, so let's get into cards. First card here for Brock Lesnar, 1999 Danbury Mint 22 karat gold. I don't know if it's really 22 karat gold. WWF WWE Brock Lesnar number 120. Is that gonna be worth a lot of money? Most likely not, but it's a kind of cool thing that people can collect. Other things I think people should add to their collection or buy for Brock Lesnar. This 2002 Fleer WWE Absolute Divas card. There aren't many of these graded, so I didn't really show the pop report for this. The other ones I'm gonna show the pop report, but you know, you see Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman on there. Brock kind of made his big debut in 2002. He was wrestling a little bit before that, but he kind of went into the mainstream then. Paul Heyman did all the talking. He's his manager. And yeah, Paul Heyman is a legend in the business. Next, we have the gold. Divas, that's front and back of the card. So if you want to add this collection, I don't know how investable this is, but I think it'd be nice to add to your collection. But this isn't considered his rookie card or his debut card. This is a big one, 2002 Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar. It's kind of hard to see here, but there's only this, the memorabilia, which I believe is part of his shorts, I believe. So, or it could be part of the mat. But you have, these are very hard to grade, and people didn't think this was investable or anything like this. This is kind of just meant for kids, but PSA 6, there's about 5 of them, and there's one PSA 7 for Brock Lesnar. There's some Hulk Hogan and Chris Benoit. Nobody wants Chris Benoit, but Hulk Hogan for 2002, because they were wrestling around the same time then. And this is the time when Brock Lesnar came on the scene, and he was dominating everybody. I know wrestling isn't 100% real, but like, yeah, he was a big star, big force, taking out everybody. And this is the most iconic card, and it's probably the most valuable card you can get for him. The other one is 2002 Fleer Brock Lesnar Raw versus Smackdown. This is a PSA 9. Not many graded. There's like 4 PSA 9s. Oh, there's 4 PSA 9s. I may buy this. By the time this comes out, it'll probably already be sold, but this may be bought very soon. And then you kind of see the autograph here of the card. So Brock Lesnar has two 2002 cards, the WWE Raw versus Smackdown. The first Brock Lesnar card released, it showcases his dominance and Raw strength. The silver foil Essence, which includes a facsimile signature, really stands out against a dark background. And he also has a subset card in the set that pairs him with The Rock. Then you have his 2002 Fleer. His Royal Rumble card, also used as the base for his first memorabilia card. I kind of showed you memorabilia card. The swatch comes from a event worn shirt. So it's event worn, it's not match worn. So there's that. But multicolored patch can also be found through, though the print run is not known. Nobody knows the print run. There's probably not a lot of these. Lesnar has a second card, the base under the AK subset banner. And during his career, he was labeled the career killer. 2002 card, it was PSA 9. Looks like it sold for $400. The PSA 10 last sold for $532. So looking for another sale for that. Normally PSA 10 sells 3 times PSA 9. But it may sell 4 or 5 times just because the pop count for PSA 10 is 6. And then the pop count for PSA 9 is 33. So just keep that in mind. These are very, very rare. Few people realize that Brock Lesnar was a NCAA champion after winning the 2000 Division I Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. This is a 2009 press pass fusion. I've kind of gotten a little bit in wrestling. I've known some wrestlers. I know of Dan Gable and legendary wrestlers like that, like legit amateur wrestlers. Kurt Angle was a real wrestler, but he got in the WWE. And if you watch UFC, you kind of see people who are like been on Olympic teams and stuff like that who wrestled. So these guys are, he's just kind of like known in the wrestling world, even though he did fake wrestling, professional wrestling, and also UFC. He's known in the wrestling world, and this is his specifically wrestling card. So the press pass fusion is a multi-sport product, commemorates this achievement. This card and winning division championship in heavyweight is huge too. This card has 3 parallels. Lesnar also appears in the classic champions autograph set, which has 4 versions, all of which are serial numbered. So it's 2014. Tops WWE Road to WrestleMania. This is 2014 match, him against The Undertaker. This is a big card because if you don't know about wrestling, Undertaker had a long streak. It's probably, I don't know, 15, 16. I don't remember the exact streak because he wrestled long after that. And I missed the last few WrestleManias of The Undertaker. I know Roman Reigns, I believe, beat him. So he was like 2, like he lost 2 overall. But he had like over 20 some wins, I believe. So Undertaker was undefeated in WrestleMania since the 90s. And, winning against Brock Lesnar, people kind of assumed that Undertaker would win. And this was in New Orleans, I believe, because I was an undergrad in college. And I remember the next day, because I didn't watch WrestleMania at that time. And people were just shocked that Brock Lesnar won the match. And that kind of changed his he kind of changed the script apparently, and they weren't necessarily planning for Undertaker to win. I believe he got hurt, and they decided to flip the script and have Brock Lesnar win. And so they had to change things, but that kind of helped Brock Lesnar's career because he was like the one who conquered the streak and all that. So but that was a huge match, and this is going to be forever in WWE history. It was a good match, but also very relevant to what happened in WWE. These are 2014 Topps Chrome. This is gold, this is base. This is just something to look for. I like how the cards look. I mean, he looks jacked. Yeah, I didn't do pop counts for this just because there's not that many graded yet. And then you got the Brock Lesnar 2015 Topps Chrome, Atomic Refractor. You got the base, you have the gold refractor, and you have the Topps Chrome W Pulsar refractor. And then you got the 2022 first ever Panini Prism cards, gold shimmer foil. I haven't really looked at like how much they're selling for. WB kind of came out. I'm gonna wait a year or two to really talk about what the prices are for this. It's maybe a little inflated right now. I can't tell from here. Maybe he has Roman Reigns on his shoulders, and he's about to F5, which is his finishing move. And then here's some other cards to sold for Brock Lesnar. 2019 Topps Transcendence. I kind of like these with the autograph. I need to get a Vince McMahon of this. You have WWE Fleer Royal Rumble. It's the other Fleer Royal Rumble card. I didn't do a pop counts for this one, but there are some in BGS. And 2020 Topps Chrome WWE Refractor PSA 10. Nice looking card in my opinion. And then this one looks like almost like a playing card. Aquarius WWE. But yeah, this kind of concludes everything. Let me know what else you want me to talk about, any particular wrestlers and their cards. I particularly like to talk about wrestlers who kind of had a 20-year career or kind of were mainstays in the Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression Era or earlier than that. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe, and peace.